Hello, here we go. It's the Cop-Hype Podcast.
What's happening, Reds? What a win that was then. A shock result for the Blades. They've managed to scrape just a 2-0 loss against Liverpool. What the fuck are they playing at? You should have conceded more than that. I'm joined by Jay and joined by Tim, as usual. Liverpool have just beat Sheffield United 2-0. Jay, I come to you straight away. Initial thoughts on that? I mean, we've just been chatting there before we went live that it was kind of like, doesn't feel the same, does it?
I'm quite subdued, mate, I'll be honest. I don't know if it's because I've necked about 4 or 5 Cali pails while the game was on, mate, but I just feel really subdued. Like, okay, yeah, we've won. But, you know, we said it in the week, didn't we? Should be beating bottom of the league because they are bottom of the league for a reason. I'm pleased that we got 2 goals. I'm pleased we got a clean sheet. I'm pleased we got the 3 points. But I don't know. I don't know about it else. I'm just feeling a bit subdued because of the whole week of just fucking off this season, just reset. I want to move on really quickly. So I'm just glad to get the 26th game out of the way. We move on to the 27th game. I'm sorry if I sound really fucking down and a bit like we just fucking lost. But I don't know. It's weird. Winning's great. And it's a feeling we've not had for a while. But pleased for the lads. Pleased for us as a fan base. We've got a couple of goals to look back on-ish. I'm happy. I'm just going to carry on drinking. I'm going to show it.
Go on, Tim. What are your thoughts, lad, on that result as a whole? I mean, it was we played all right first half, didn't we? Like, I think we had 5 shots on target, and then, like you put in the WhatsApp group, Aaron Ramsdale was like fucking GG Buffon in his prime, but we were hitting them the saves that he should be making. And I mean, I don't think he's a very good keeper, but they were all right saves, but we should have probably scored in that first half, and then we finally did. In the second, 3 minutes after the restart, Curtis Jones got his goal. It was a good goal, to be fair, though, weren't it?
Yeah, it was a really kind of well taken goal, actually, and considering how it bounced and that defence had time to get back across goal and stuff. He really kind of hit it really purely, struck it really well, and obviously ended up in essentially the side netting. So it was pretty much unsavable, unblockable. So did really well to kind of like take his chance there, which is something that Liverpool haven't done for 2.5 months now. So it was nice to see. It is nice to see that a young lad is setting the tone like that as well. That we're not solely relying on Mo Salah to finish chances every time they drop. Because obviously after the first half, I know Ramsdale looked good. I think you're right. I think that had we been a bit more clinical, I don't think he would have had any part of any of those saves. So after the first half, you kind of had the feeling that this was going to go down the same way the Brighton game did, the same way the Burnley game did, where it's just not going to work. The keeper's going to have one hell of a game, and we're going to end up losing 1-0 or drawing 0-0. It's going to be another kind of poor draw, or just another 90 minutes of shitty football for us to watch. But at the end of the day, it's a win, and every win down the stretch in this race for the top 4 is going to be a big one. Whether it is bottom of the table Sheffield, or it's Chelsea midweek. So it's just something to build off of, and hopefully we figured some stuff out that will work going forward. Because as we've been talking about, we did create a fair few chances, which has been quite rare in recent weeks.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the stats now. 8 shots on target, 3 off target. So we did play all right tonight, but it just doesn't. I think it's just because we've, like you said, Jay, we've kind of, the gas has just kind of been turned off on the Premier League front, hasn't it? We're kind of just looking towards the CL now, or Champions League, as most of us call it. But yeah, it's nice to get a win, and looking at the table, we're 1 point behind Chelsea. We've got them next, so if we win that one as well, I mean, Chelsea played quite well today against Man United, so it's going to be a difficult game. But if we win that one, it might start to feel a little bit better, mightn't it?
Yeah, that's a really good way of putting it, mate. Just after the game, then before we came on, I usually when we finish a game of football now on the Premier League, I turn it off straight away because I just don't want to look at the table. I haven't looked at the table for a long time, and obviously I've said that on the show quite a bit, is just don't look at the fucking league table. But I looked at it and I was like, okay, yeah, it looks a little bit better. And what you just said there is because we play Chelsea next. It could look a lot better. We probably will all feel better because we've got used to the fact that we're not going to win the league now. At the end of the day, we can talk about that in the end of season review of the wise as it happened. But yeah, mate, summing up what you just said, mate. Looking at the table now looks a lot better, and who better to play next than Chelsea?
Yeah, it's going to be, like I said, it's going to be a difficult game. But yeah, if we win that one as well, or at least we get a result, then it could be a bit nicer. But what's Dan just put in here? Yes, a win, an actual win, 10 players out, and we played better than what we did last season at Sheffield United. Yeah, fully deserved 3 points. We did. And there was a few good, but like Curtis Jones, I think he got man of the match, didn't he, Curtis Jones? He was he was really good tonight, and there was quite a few standout performances. I don't think Mane just wasn't getting the rub of the green tonight. And I mean, Firmino played okay, and I mean, they're thinking we've got a Bobby goal, and it turns out it's going to be an OG because it looked like it was going out for a fucking a throw in the end, didn't it? The initial shot, but fuck me. Stu, Mike, Mac, great win, but Kabak still makes me nervous. What were your thoughts, Tim, on Kabak's performance tonight? I thought he just looks like he's a bit static sometimes, and he's just kind of ball watching, and then it goes over his head, and he's got good recovery pace, but it's that initial ball over the top where he's not quite in tune with the play. But that obviously will come with time because it's only this is his third game or fourth game, so you can't really judge. You can judge too quick, can't you? And I think we can't do that with him because he's still young.
Yeah, I think that what you're probably seeing from him is that naivety of being a 20-year-old and still adjusting to Premier League football. At the end of the day, he's going to be prone to mistakes at this point in his career more than he is at any other point, because he will just feel like he is quicker than most, so he'll feel like he'll be able to hang on for an extra second when balls go over the top, like all that kind of stuff. Like, that's to be expected from a 20-year-old, you know. He was good though. He put in a couple of big challenges. He was good in the air. He got beat out a couple of times, but McGoldrick? He's a big lad. Sheffield United play two big guys up front, so there's no shame in losing a couple of aerial duels. But yeah, it is.
Sorry, Tim, but it's just because we can hear you. But you've kind of
wait,
just
frozen.
You've frozen.
Yeah, you're looking up. Just trying to figure out. Just trying to figure out what you're looking at, man.
Oh,
sorry, lads.
I was just waiting to hear to the grudge fucking coming down from the ceiling. Fucking hell.
I don't know why I'm still frozen a lot, but you guys can take it.
Get it back in again.
There
you go. No, you're not. You just blacked out. You might have to bugger off.
Yeah, go out and come back in, Tim. We'll get you back in, and just
cool.
Do a little refresh, lad, and we'll get you back in a sec.
All right, we'll do.
Go on, lad. Here we go. Sexy template. There we go. Ian's just popped in there watching the game. We played well. Good partnership in defence. We took at the table as we need to concentrate on top four. I was worried how small McBurney's shirts were, though. Kids. Yeah, I think he's the same as us, Tomo. Like, in terms of, we weren't worried. We played well. It was just kind of like we knew we were going to win eventually. We knew we were going to score a goal eventually, and then it did. It kind of was like anticlimactic though, because we knew it was going to happen. It was just a weird feeling tonight, isn't it, Jay, with that win? Yeah,
really weird, mate. I just, like you said, we were due a win eventually, and there was nobody better than Sheffield United for us to go up against in order to like sort of build confidence. And like you said at the beginning of the pod, creating those first half chances I thought was really important to build up that confidence. It was disappointing to go in 0-0, but it's shown how much the team has grown the last couple of weeks where we are creating those chances. Obviously, we should have put the ball in the back of the net a couple of times, but again, it's just confidence, and confidence is key in anything you do in life. So I think that performance there from the lads tonight was, especially for Bobby to get his goal. All right, yeah, it was deflected and stuff like that, but he's created something there as well, and Jones getting in on the act, and it was a confidence building game. That's the way I would sum it up. It's confidence building. It's so key going into this part of the season where, like you said, Mick, we're sort of gone as a fan base just to go, fuck off, we can't be asked with the PL. We just want to focus on the UCL, as you kids say. But yeah, I just confidence is key, mate. I'm just pleased that it was a decent performance, like Tomo's just said. partnership at the back was good. Kabak obviously had a few little bit of niggles. Almost scored an own goal, or did, whichever way you look at it. But I reckon that partnership between Kabak and Phillips can really do something, because it's clearly that Davies isn't going to play anymore. Fucking hell, he hasn't even played a game. It's clear that he's not going to get a fucking look in. If you're going to play Davies, today was the day to do it, because you're not going to play him now. That was it. He's not going to play the season. But Tom was just put in there. Do you think Phillips deserves a run with Van Dijk when he's back? I think he's just got stronger every game. You could probably look at it, Tomo. It could be an option. I think that would probably be an option, pending we don't buy anybody else, or if Kabak goes on to have a stormer for the rest of the season. I think that'll be a conversation that'll be having at the end of the season, mate, to be fair, because we don't really know what we're going to do with Kabak. So maybe, don't know, be nice to see. But we'll probably tackle that one towards the end of the year. But yeah, sorry, mate, I went on a bit too long there.
Oh, that's all right. I was going to come on to Phillips, because I thought, obviously we touched on Kabak there, but I thought Phillips was great again, weren't he? Like every full-blooded, just Carragher style, just fucking getting stuck in, kicking it out. His passing when he needed to was good as well. So it was a good performance from him, wasn't it, Tim, in terms of his overall game? And he does it, like Tomo says, he looks like he is getting stronger every game, which is a good sign, especially with the fucking severe lack of centre halves at the moment.
Yeah,
he seems to be growing in confidence every time he steps on the pitch. As Ian said there, it's he gets better and better, and to be fair, he's kind of working his way into the conversation to where he's kind of potentially justifying moving on from Matip and having Phillips as our third string CB, because for me, from what he's shown over the course of...
Would it kill you to say centre-back? Would it just fucking... Like, are you on, like, Twitter, you only got 240 characters? Just fucking say centre-back.
Yeah, so, I mean, you know...
Sorry, Tim.
It would be, I think he would be a good third string CB in the UCL and the PL. So
I deserve that. I fucking deserve that.
No, but I think he really would be a good third choice centre back. I think he ticks a bunch of boxes in terms of what a Premier League centre back should look like. He's physical. He's quick enough to kind of cover ground with balls in behind. His positioning's good. He plays the ball pretty well, to be honest, which again is something that has surprised me. The more I've seen him play, he does seem like a guy that doesn't really seem flustered when he gets a hold of the ball. So I think he's throwing a spanner in the works, because I think Klopp is starting to appreciate just how good he has been and how good he can be. Because I mean, he's not 35; he's not an old man at the end of his career stepping in to fill a role. I think that he could potentially develop, and I think that he could look very good next to Van Dijk. So I don't see why not, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm just having a little quick wiki of him. He's only just turned. Actually, no, sorry, I'm fucking talking shit. He's 24 next month, so he's not getting on. But like we said, he's Superman, because he's just finished probably one of our best players, and now he's sat with a hat on doing a post match. So he's a fucking magician. Hashtag Tim is not Phillips. He is.
Get it trending, guys.
Brian.
Dead right CBPL UCL lads, call them by their proper names, please. Hashtag cringe. Hashtag cringe. Oh, fucking hell. Tomo, you should know all these stats, Mick. You know what? Just because he's fucking came out of nowhere. I knew he was young, but I didn't know he was fucking hell. He's 24. That is like, when you're 24 as a centre half, that's when you should start getting into your really good form. And I suppose like you also said, Tomo, he's getting better every game. So maybe he's, I don't know, feeling his way into that. But Brian put another comment in here before. Jones not given 90 minutes again. Why? I mean, he got man of the match tonight, didn't he? And he came off after 80 minutes for Naby.
80 minutes.
And I think he usually comes off earlier than that, doesn't he? Because sometimes he gets brought off if he's not having an effect, which is fine. But there's times where he's been doing boss and he gets brought off. But I think it was just because Naby was there and he needed some minutes in it. Jay, that's the only reason why it happened today.
Absolutely, mate, 100%. If that's still 0-0 at 80 minutes, we don't see Naby Keita. I think it's, Klopp's managed the game well there. It's 2-0 up. He goes, right, come on, Nabs. You can have You could have 10 minutes there, lad. And after the game, you saw Jones with 2 massive ice packs on his knees. So he was on the bench, and as he was walking off after full time, he was walking down the stand with 2 big ice packs on his knees. So obviously, there was either he was knackered or just like a bit of swelling and stuff like that. So that's probably the reason why he come up. But yeah, other than that, mate, I think that's the only reason why he wasn't given 90.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. It was good to see Naby get some minutes, so he got 10. Millie's just came back, he got 15. Obviously, we didn't see Fab tonight. We didn't see Hotta Yotta Tota Motta tonight either.
No,
so,
we didn't see Adrian either. For 2 reasons. One, didn't really have much to do, which is fucking fantastic. And Sky Sports can't fucking tell who he is when they got the fucking team sheet in front of him. Which is, I know that's.
Who was that? Who was that commentator? Because the first time I was like, yeah, fair enough. They both start with A. I'll give him that one. But then like 86 minute, and then Adrian makes quite a good save, and he's like, "Oh, great save by Alisson." I'm like,
yeah, and it carried on. It was really fucking annoying. You can forgive it once, maybe twice, but yeah, for him to carry on doing it was just really frustrating. I don't know why we get pissed off with things like that, but it's quite disrespectful in the end, isn't it? Really, so. But yeah, another credit to the lads the way they played, because I think everyone, Twitter went a bit bananas, didn't it, the last few days with the knowing that Adrian might be playing the game. So I didn't think he put a foot wrong, made a couple of good saves. He was, dare I say, was he quite commanding with a couple of crosses, the way he punched them away? I would say so. I thought he did okay in that respect. So I think that might have helped build that confidence a little bit more, because depending if Alisson comes back for the next game, we probably will see Adrian in goal again. But it just depends on what's happening with Ali. But the football takes a back seat in those situations.
Exactly, and was a Thursday, so there's 4 days. I mean, I wouldn't want Alisson to play any games really until he feels there's no point, is there? Because if he makes a mistake, then he's only going to be kicking himself as well, just for rushing them back into that situation. Like, it's different. Like, I'm not saying it's different for Klopp with Isma or whatever, but he's not on the field, and it's not like he's having an actual effect on the team in that regard, where he is the psychological part of playing footy is quite a big thing in it. So we know how mentally strong Alisson is, but fucking hell, if you've just lost your dad in those circumstances, then I'm sorry, but footy can just absolutely fuck off. So we've got 4 days till Chelsea. So I don't know what's going on with Kelleher. I think he might be injured. I mean, we touched on that on the team news pod. But would you, if Kelleher's fit, Tim, would you put Kelleher in for Chelsea over Adrian? I mean, I thought Adrian was quite good tonight, to be fair.
Yeah, part of me says that Adrian was decent tonight because he didn't have much to do, though. I feel like he is likely to have a lot more to do against a side like Chelsea, who are currently have that new manager bounce, who probably should have beat United today, and have obviously, I think, won their three previous games. So I'd like Kelleher back in goal for the simple fact that I think he's going to be here long term, and I think the more big game experience he has, the better it is going to be for him and for his ability to step into the sides for big games. And who knows if Alisson's kind of going to be ready for the Champions League, and that's a big tie. I mean, 2-0 is a great position, but that tie isn't won. Leipzig have proven that they're pretty electric going forward, and that they can turn a tie, fairly quickly. And listen, I mean, I hate to bring it up, but Alisson has turned around a 2-0 before in less than 90 minutes, against us. So, I'd like to see Kelleher get a run of games in, or a game in before the Champions League start, because I would like to see him in the Champions League. But at the same time, if he's not ready, I wouldn't want to force him into the squad. And I mean, who knows where Alisson's going to be out over the next week or two. But we'll see. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, because I'm just looking at the fixtures now. We've got 3 games in 6 days. There, Chelsea on the 4th, Fulham on the 7th, and then Leipzig on the 10th. So even if Ali doesn't feel like in the right frame of mind for the next 2, and he fancies playing the Leipzig game at home, then that'll be fair enough, wouldn't it? I mean, even if he didn't, then you can't fucking blame him. But we'll just touch on Chelsea dead quick, Jay. It's a home game, and looked at the home results, lost 4, drawn 2 in the last 6. So I'm not looking. I don't know. I don't even know what I feel like anymore with Liverpool playing at home. It's just fucking mad, isn't it? To say that you feel nervous playing at home, it's just absolutely backwards.
Yeah, it's a feeling that we're not used to. We've not been used to that for a long time. It's weird that we're even like, back to the conversation of going, we've got to get fourth place, because that was usually what we talk about every year, and that would usually be a successful season for Liverpool. It's a one-off. Let's not beat around the bush. This team will be back next season, no problem. It's an off season. It's weird. There's been so many fucking things that have gone wrong with us. We've had practically nearly every fucking player out injured. Tomo's just made a really good point there. Fans make the difference. They absolutely do. We could see the difference when fans weren't in the stadium and they were back for the Wolves game. We battered Wolves 4-0 and Wolves were flying at the time. So it just shows you the massive difference fans make. So yeah, again, every game feels like an exhibition, doesn't it? Every game feels like a fucking friendly. Every game just feels this deflation. It's really... It's weird. It's weird. So yeah, we've got to play at Anfield, and we're going to play really, really well. I think that's what's owed a lot, is the performance at Anfield. We need to start just performing like this is our fucking home. You can piss off if you think you're getting a point out of us, let alone 3 points. So yeah, massive. But I'll tell you what, Tim said, Chelsea are playing completely different football now, and whether they are fucking doing a turnaround because of this new manager, we don't know. And again, I don't want to predict it, mate, because whenever we predict it, we get it fucking wrong, and you can't predict it, especially this season, given the fact that I've just said. But my God, the home form needs to turn around. It needs to turn around quickly if we're going to try and get fourth place.
Definitely, mate. I mean, we didn't have Hotter tonight. We didn't have Fabinho. I don't know what. We obviously on Twitter there was some shit doing the rounds about Hotter maybe having appendicitis, which that can be pretty bad, can't it? But I'm not gonna believe that until I actually fucking see Klopp.
Yeah, exactly.
About it. But if we get Hotter and Fabinho back in for that game, I mean, there's 4 more days, isn't he? Like I think according to Klopp on the Friday presser, Fabinho trained on Saturday, yesterday, and obviously he hasn't made it in time for today. But you would like to see him go back. But then where would you put him, Tim? Would you put Fabinho back into centre half, or would you put him in midfield?
Jay nodded all the way through that, so I'm not sure which one he wants. But
I thought he was going to say midfield. Would you put him back in midfield? But then he finished the sentence and said centre half. I was like, no, midfield. Go for it.
Yeah. No, I'd actually agree. I know he probably won't, but I would stick him in the midfield, and purely because I think the way to beat Chelsea is winning the midfield, because I think the likes of Kante, the guys that they run the midfield, obviously, because they run a bunch of different guys at the moment. They seem to be feeling out who wants to play for the manager, so they kind of field a different midfield every day, whether it's Mount and Kante or whoever. But Kante kind of dominates the midfield, and I think that we need someone to be able to counter that, to be able to win balls back and stuff like that. Further up the Fab injected back into that midfield. I'm not sure who I would take out. I think that everyone played superbly tonight. I think obviously Gini stepped up as captain and was actually really good. But yeah, I mean, what a boost it would be, and Chelsea at home, with them flying and us having been shaky for 2.5 months, is the perfect game for us to make a statement like of the fact that Anfield.
Have we lost him?
I don't know.
I think we might have lost him.
Oh, Jesus. Sorry, can you hear me, fellas? Oh, am I back?
He's back. Carry on with the next question, though, Mick. Go on.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I don't know if I've got another question, boys. I was going to end it there. We're on 24 minutes. And I'm fucking knackered.
I know. Well, listen, if anybody in the comments, let us know what you thought about what you think about Chelsea, if anybody's still there. Fourth place, Mick, are we? Is your confidence now? Because you asked me and Tim about our confidence now that the table's changed slightly. What about you for getting fourth place now?
I still think we're fine for fourth. I mean, we just said Fabinho, and once Fabinho and Hotter come back in, it's a completely different ball game in terms of those two. Like, absolutely class players coming in can make a huge difference on this team. I mean, we played quite well tonight, but we're gonna have to step her up, like Tim said, another gear for a Chelsea team who are obviously just got a new manager, so they've got the fucking wind in the sails a little bit in terms of wanting to like impress him. So it's going to be interesting what formation they play, because they've been going like 3-4-2-1, haven't they, recently? So that might be interesting to see how we set up with that one. But no, never been worried about top 4, to be honest. I mean, seen loads of shit on Twitter going, "Oh, we're not going to get top 4 now. Would top 4 be?"
We still
Yeah, well, I saw some people saying, would top 4 be Klopp's best achievement during his time at Liverpool? I was just like, what? I don't know what planet you're fucking living on, mate. Exactly. Like, it's not even a fucking question for me. But yeah, Brian's just popped in here. Fabinho back into number Dixo.
Diesel, probably. Yeah. That's probably. That's too intellectual for you, Mick. Me and Tim got it. Me and Tim knew what Brian was doing.
Can you tell me what that means then, please?
Brian will put it in the comments now. Whilst I read about Klopp's greatest ever achievement.
Dan's just popped in. Did anyone notice we started and afford to do a Mane up front? I think that'll help us versus Chelsea. Yeah, I did notice that, actually, that we haven't touched on that. Like, Robbo was a wing back, weren't he? Robbo was like a left wing back, and then we had Mane kind of up front with Firmino. But yeah, it was a bit of a strange one, but it did work. But Mane weren't at it at all tonight. Like, he was getting loads of the ball, but they were just flying into tackles, knowing that he's not quite on it. And if they get a foot in, then he was a willing runner, but it just wasn't there from tonight. I'm hoping that because I think that was his 150th league appearance for us tonight. So, and it's been a long time since he's put in like a performance that we know he can. So I'm hoping that maybe will come against Chelsea. So let's leave it there anyway, boys, because we're getting towards half an hour there, and we've kind of stretched that out as far as it can be for a 2-0 win.
Sheffield United game.
Yeah, for a 2-0 win. That was a good win, but we kind of just went through the motions a little bit. But make sure you go and hit that like and subscribe button, and then even Ash, if you send Jay some sexy DMs, he might give you an e-copy of that magazine that he's got as well. So just send him a little copy. I sent him this picture. That's how I got mine. Top right. I sent him that one of me just after I watched a Thiago video, a compilation, and then he sent me one. So
I did, and that's also why some of these pages are stuck together.
On that note,
hey, according to this, we apparently won the league last year. Fucking hell, brilliant!
Didn't we? After 30 years.
And there's 2 sexy bastards in it as well. Look at that. Fucking right.
I felt like a right that picture, you know. I felt like a right dickhead taking that photo. I took about 30, and then someone absolutely had me off on Twitter calling me fucking Gonzalo Higuain. Then I nearly started crying.
It was. So if you want your copy of Gonzalo Higuain, message me. Let me know why you deserve a free copy of it. So yeah.
So Tomo wants some sticky pages, Jay. So send him some.
Well, Tomo still needs to give me my fan card from fucking 15 years ago, so he can whistle for one. He's going now. He's going. I've still got that. Oh, yeah, I've got a replacement by now, mate. So don't worry about that.
That's the thing with Jay. He never forgets. So you need to fucking send.
Still love him though. There you go. Look, he's gone. That's gone.
Black market.
Black market's gone. Yeah.
Right, fellas. Let's get the fuck out of here. Nice one, everyone. For jumping.
Nice one, Dan. Nice one, Brian Connolly's jumped back on with us as well. Fucking legend. And Tomo, as per usual on Facebook, mate, legend. We won a game.
We won a game of footy, and we'll be back on Thursday to fucking hopefully do it all again. Nice one for everyone for jumping in. Go and give us a cheeky like and subscribe, and we'll see you on a bit.